In this video, we're going to be looking at solving a decimal word problem using a two-step linear inequality. Okay, so our first problem, we have Christine is going to rent a truck for 1 day. There are 2 companies she can choose from, and they have the following prices. Company A, so let's write this down here. The price of A is $74, and the mileage doesn't matter. It's unlimited mileage. So it's not going to charge you more if you use more miles. So it's just a $74 flat fee to use the truck. Okay. Company B has an initial fee of $65. Okay, so that's 65. But it also charges an additional 60 cents for every mile. So that's plus 0.60 per mile. And I'm going to put an M there to stand for miles. So what mileage will company A charge less than company B? And we'll use M for the number of miles. Okay. So we can see that B costs a little less upfront. So if you weren't going to drive any miles at all, then obviously the $65 with 0 miles would be better, right? But as you start racking up miles, then this one is going to start becoming more expensive at some point. To figure out when that happens, we set up the inequality. It says, for what mileage will company A charge less than company B? So A is the 74, and we want it to be less than B. So A is less than B. So 74 is less than this stuff, 65 plus 0.60 M. Okay. Now, once we do that, we can solve this just like you would an equation. The only difference is if you divide or multiply by a negative in an inequality, then the inequality flips signs, flips directions, so it will go the other way. Dividing positive numbers is fine. Adding, subtracting numbers is fine. The only thing that makes it change, the inequality changes, if you divide or multiply by a negative number. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is subtract this 65 from both sides. Okay, so 74 minus 65 is 9. So we have 9 is less than, the 65 is gone there. And then we have 0.60 M. Okay, and then in order to solve this for M, we divide both sides by that number that's touching M, which is 0.60. Okay, and if you do that division, I can do it real quick in the calculator to show you. So we have 9 divided by 0.60. Okay, and we get 15. 15, okay? So we have 15 over here is less than M. Now, it's a lot easier to read this if you write the M first, so I'm just going to turn the whole thing around. The mouth is still going to open towards the M. It's going to open towards the M, okay? But I'm just going to change the direction, so I'll write the M first. The mouth is still opening to the M. It's 15, so this is easier to read. This is saying that your miles, must be greater than 15 in order for the question to be true. So the question was, for what mileages will company A charge less than company B? Okay, company A will be better off. You'll be better off taking company A if your mileage is more than 15. Otherwise, you're better off taking company B. Okay, let's take a look at the next problem. To rent a certain meeting room, a college charges a reservation fee of $46 and an additional fee of $8.80 per hour. The film club wants to spend less than $107.60 on renting the meeting room. What are the possible amounts of time for which they could rent the meeting room? And we'll use T for the number of hours. Okay, so the important information obviously is the money parts, the $46, the $8.80, that's for the meeting room. And we've got this is what the film club wants to spend less than. That's their budget. $107.60 is how much they can spend. They want it to be less than that. Okay, so what are the possible amounts of time that they could rent? Well, we set up this. We have the reservation fee of $46. Okay, so plus, that's the $46 for the reservation fee, plus $8.80 an hour, so 8.80 per hour. And we said that it was the number of hours was T. T is the variable we're going to use. So the meeting room is cost $46 plus $8.80 per hour, and hours is in T. Okay, and we want it to be less than, so there's my less than sign. $107.60. Okay, so in order for this to be true, in order for this film club to spend less money than this, we have to solve this inequality. Okay, so let's subtract the 46 from both sides. Okay, and if we subtract the 46 from both sides, of course, over here it cancels, and it leaves $8.80 times t. And on the other side, let's see what we have. So on the other side, we've got 107.60 minus 46. Okay, that's 61.6. That's what I'm going to write there, 61.6. Okay, and to further solve this thing and get it done here, we divide both sides by this 8.80. Okay, and if you do that, this cancels because you're dividing and multiplying by the same thing. So you have t is less than, and that's going to end up being 7 if you divide that in your calculator. I'll show you real quick before the video is over. Okay, there's the 61.6. You divide by 8.80, and you get 7. So in order for this film club to spend less than $107.60, they need to rent it for less than 7 hours. And that's it.